Hi, God. Thanks for the shine. Seriously. Okay, so here we go. Look, I got closer. I'm getting closer with this camera bit right now, right? Because it's just like, this is fun. I'm having a lot of fun right now. But so check this out. We're going to go on this one right here. You see this? You see this right there? We're going to look at the Holy Bible. We like looking at the Holy Bible, man. Right? You know, so we like this because of the words that are in the Bible, man. The words are just beautiful, right? We love how the words are. We love how it's set up, right? And then we're going through Genesis right now because that's just what we wish to do, right? We want to go through Genesis because, you know, we didn't do this when we were young, right? We didn't have anybody to sit down with us and say, hey, let's go through the Bible and let's see how everything came to be, right? Nobody told us that. No one. But then that's a good thing too, because then I had the opportunity to be a wild child. And then as I was a wild child, I was just out there. I was just out there exploring and experimenting and doing all sorts of things, you know, like those are all other stories. But it was because I didn't have that proper upbringing that most men and most women have had, right? You know, so I had a completely different upbringing. So much fun, but whatever, right? You know, so we're going to focus on Holy Bible, right? And I want to break down some words, right? So first I'm going to show you the word, right? Because word always means to speak, right? Remember, when you trace, when you track down the word, right? It's going to take you to vere, W-E-R-E, vere, right? And that means to speak and to say, okay? That's all you're doing with the word, man. Remember that, all right? Here goes another one. These are going to be the ones we focus on because they're the headlines, right? Separate, right? Separate, right? Or separate. Remember this one. That's a two-word word, right? Oh, excuse me. Okay, so that one is two, and you have the S-E for apart, right? You know, and then you got the P-E-R-E for pere, right? Or make ready, prepare, right? So when you separate things, you're making something, you're taking it apart, and then you're making it ready. Remember that. You're moving it apart from something, and then you're going to make it ready. Stupid simple, right? You know, I'm going to have to show you what's up with the word stupid and the word simple, too, because I say that a lot, and then the reason why I say that is because it goes back to one, right? You know, when something is stupid, it's simple, and then that simple means one, right? You know, so it's like a tracing that I did a long time ago, right? Let's keep it going, okay? Here goes the other one, sun, S-U-N, right? And then when you trace down sun, right, and you track it down, you're going to get to the Su-E-N or Su-E-Ven, right? You know, whatever, S-U, right, you know, S-U-W-E-N, right, Proto-Indo-European, and the sun just means sun. That's it. Sun means sun, right? You know, and when you got the sun, you know, you got that light and you got that bright. But we like the Latin form of it, right, too, right? Because Latin, when you see Latin for sun, it means soul, S-O-L, right? So when you have that soul, you got that sun, man. Scary simple, right? Okay, so let's keep it going. What's the next one, right? Okay, so now we got the moon. All right, I hope you see what we're building here, right? You know, so now we have the moon, and when you trace down the moon goes to me, right? And me means measure. Remember that, moon, me, measure, right? That's why I'm always liking Mondays, because you get the Monday, you get to measure me, right? But then if you track it back up, you know, you're also going to find men, M-E-N, and when you have men in any word, that means to think, right? And then you got mene, right? You know, mene, which means months, right? So I guess when you have the moon, you have man, which means think. There's other things that you have with the moon too, right? Because there's just a lot of stuff that you can have, man. But I love tracking these words down to the source, man. It's just so much fun, right? See, you even have Latin menses. Menses means month, right? So you know it's the month whenever you hear, you know, so like when a woman says, oh, it's menses. I got the menses, right? You know, it's that time of month. Stupid simple, right? I love it. All right, so let's keep it going, right? Star. We love this one too because, like, star, just a star, right? When you track star down, star, track it down, you got S-T-E-R, stare, or stir, right? You know, it's just star. Star is star, right? You know, and that's why we like, you know, like desire, because desire means from the star, of the star, right? So when you desire things, you know, it's of the stars that you're desiring. And I know that we come from the stars. It's really that easy now, man. I just know this, man. It's just so much fun. I love these words, right? You know, so now here we go, right? We're keeping it going, right? So with those words right there, you know, you have separate, right? And then you have sun, and then you have moon, and then you have star, right? And then when you really want to know what that is, so here's what all the normies think, right? When I say normies, these are the people that go to college and then they get like a little name or a little abbreviations behind their name, like PhD or something like that, whatever, MD, right? But then we're just talking about the physics, man, right? We're talking about the physics, and when you track down physics goes to natural science, right? Natural science, literally natural things, right? Because when you add the S on it, now it makes it plural, but then when you track down that physic, physic literally goes to be, exist, grow. Okay, remember that, man. So we're already back at creation, man. So whenever you study physics and when you want to look at the physical things and stuff like that, you're looking at how things are, or how things be. You're looking at how things grow, right? You're looking at how things exist. It's really easy, man. It's so simple. Once you start tracking down these words, it's just fun, right? So we do that because we like to walk, right? So we're always walking with God, and we're always walking with Christ, and we're always walking with the Holy Ghost. We got the Spirit, we got it all, man, right? And we like that because we like to turn and we like to revolve, right? And then we also like when we look up at the sky, right? The sky is always turning and the sky is always revolving, right? Which makes me come back to this other point right here. Check this out. Here's another fun word. Watch this. Hold on, let me white balance that. You see what that one says right there? Horoscope, right? White balance again. Boom, boom. Okay, get that right there. Right here. Let me raise. No, I can't even do that right here. All right, so we like this right here because horoscope, it's another two-word word, right? It literally means hour to observe, right? So whenever you're looking at the horoscope, right, because I'm Gemini, because I was born under the sky Gemini, right, which means that, that will be my sign, whatever, right, because I have it all up in me too. Right, because when you find out that the whole anatomy, you can map the human body to the sky, right? And you can go starting from Aries meaning the top of the head, and the ram is the head, right? And then when you track it all the way down to your feet are your fish. That's Pisces, right? So everything in between, each region within our body, is a section within the horoscope, right? So when you look up at the stars and then you see those planets, and then you see those signs, right? The constellations, the horoscope, you're looking at a bigger version of you. It's so much fun. I love it, right? But then everybody likes to look at these horoscopes because, it gives you a lot of fun information, right? Like the hour of your birth, right? But you're just watching the sky, man. And this is what we do now, right? So we do this all the time. And then this is why we're doing this right here with the word, right? So we're going to show you what's up with the word, because we're going to talk about 2 days again, right? We're gonna go on the third day and the fourth day, and then we'll be done with this bit right here. Ready? Okay, here we go. Right here. Let me show you where I'm at. Right? You see that right there? Genesis. That says Genesis. So we're talking about the creation, man, how things came to be. All right, here we go. So we're gonna start at 9 again, right? And then the headline for this is the earth separated from the waters. What? Okay, let's go. 9. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. That's how that happened. Okay, number 10. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. Oh, he seas. That's fun. And God saw that it was good. Done. Okay, so we got the earth and we got the seas now. Got it good. Right. 11. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, okay, whose seed is in itself, upon the earth, and it was so. Okay, got it good, done, right? So, and let's go to 12. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind, and God saw that it was good. 13. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Done. Okay. So we got land, so on day 3, God created the land because he separated the waters from the heavens, and then you got dry land and you got the seas. Okay, cool. Done. We got that one, right? Then everything started to grow on the earth, and then he's like, we got grass, we got herb yielding seed, and then we got the fruit tree yielding fruit, right? So whenever fruit is fruit, you can always tell what the fruit is because the fruit has a seed in it, right? So when you eat the apple, right? And then you're like, oh, there's a seed in here. That's called a fruit, right? That's why tomatoes are fruits too, man. They got seeds in them, right? Remember that, right? So we like this part right here because it's showing knowledge. It's so easy. We love it. Thank you, God. Thank you for the knowledge. Okay, so check this out. Here goes a header. Creation of the sun, the moon, and the stars. What? Watch this right here. 14. And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Okay? Look at that. So simple, so clean. I love it, right? And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. So now we got light coming from the firmament, and boom, now we have it on the earth, right? That's why we can see things. Okay. And God made two great lights, right? The greater light to rule the day, high sun, and the lesser light to rule the night, high moon. Okay. He made the stars also, high stars. I see you too, right? And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. Boom. That's how we get light, right? 18. And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Look at that, right? So we get physics right there. We're done. We're done with these two bits right here. So we got day 3, you get all the earth, you got the land, you got the seeds, you got everything that's just growing on it, right? All the trees, all of that vegetation, done on day 3, right? So simple, so clean, right? And then now, from there, you can go study physics. Right, so if you want to know what the process and the procedure is on how like the earth is and how it goes, and you want to look and take measurements and stuff like that, because that's what moon means, to measure, right? So if you want to go and you want to take measurements of our plane, our earth, our dominion where God gave us, right? You could just go and you could study that stuff all day long, man, and it's so much fun. But now you know where it comes from. It comes from the Most High, God, right? God said, God said, it says it right here. Where am I getting this from? I'm getting it from God, because, and God said, right? So whenever I see God said, I'm like, all right, cool. Boss said that, master said that, got it good. My creator said that, right? So if my creator said that, I don't need to hear anything from anybody else talking about process and procedure. An example will be like the astrophysicist dude, right? When they get up there and then they talk about, how long ago a star was created and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, that's cool to talk about and go blah, blah, blah. But we already know it was created by the creator, right? You can't even measure that, right? Because, when you want to talk about like the Big Bang, you're like, well, who created the Big Bang? Who started that? Who lit the bang, bro? Right? And then they go like, well, we're still trying to look that up. We're trying to figure it out. But we know at this significant moment right here in time, everything came to be. Yeah, that's what God said. It says it right here in the book. And God said, boom. That's just how it goes, man. So now when we look up at the sun, we like, okay, God said that there. When we look at the moon, we're like, God said that there. When we look at the stars, we're like, the stars are in my body, just like they're up above in the heavens, in the skies. And I'm like, God set that there, right? So we can have light. Right now I can measure time with the stars. I can measure time with the sun and the moon, man. You can do your 24-hour clock, right? Boom. You can measure the time a month because of how the moon looks and how the moon is shaped, man. It is a beautiful system, right? That's what God hooked us up with, man. It's just easy. It's simple. I love it. Thank you, God. Right. So that's it, man. That's day 3. That's day 4. We're done with this bit right here. We just wanted to put this track down, because we're reading Genesis. We're reading the creation because, we just like this. Right. And then we like the creator created the world for us so we can be the boss of the world, right? Because that way that the creator can come down and have an experience and then make sure that everything is so cool, man. That's why we click so well with like just administering, right? Or the minister, because when you're the small master, right, you still have to look up to the big master and be like, what do you want me to do? Right. And then the big master laid it down and said, you have dominion, trace everything back to love, right? All law comes from love. Right, so if the law that people are following doesn't trace back to love, then you know that that's no law, right? And then now you know who your adversary is, and then you just got to go show them love. It's simple. It's like, here, come give me a hug, man. So I guess that's it, man. That's our walk. That's our walk. We're done with this turn, man. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to upload this. And then, now we got, Genesis, day 3 and 4 done. So much fun. I'll see you in the future. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.